Hello, in today's video we're going to look at the rational choice theory and can this economic theory be applied to religion? So this is just an extension article which we've picked up and we've read in our understanding of the Beliefs in Society unit for the Sociology AQA module. Now this is all an extension and it's just really a piece to get you thinking further about the sociological theory that we've covered so far. Now, within this video, we're going to discuss the rational choice theory and we're going to establish and understand some of the criticisms for the rational choice theory as well. So let's get on with this and let's complete the video. Now, the reason why I've chosen to go through rational choice theory is that it's something that has really highlighted a point within our module. Why in our modern cultures and in terms of postmodern societies do individuals choose specific religions? Why do they choose the ones that they believe that best fits their beliefs and values? Now, the rational choice theory here has just recently been applied to sociological understanding of their individual's choice of religions. Now, it tries to attempt explain these behaviours further for us. Now, rational choice theory here proposes that individuals are self-interested. Now, this doesn't mean that you are selfish. It just means that you are focused on your individual choices, your lifestyle, and your own life. So you're not being selfish. You are just literally more aware of what the impact of being involved in specific religions will mean for your time and your best interests as well. So they're going to look for things that will benefit them in the long run. So in order for them to get these benefits, they have to make rational choices. And these choices are made to maximize positive outcomes and minimize negative ones. Because as by now, we are pleasure-seeking beings. So we will do anything to avoid those negative outcomes in which we know sometimes can occur when getting heavily invested in a religion. Now, Fink and Stark here, they argue there is a basic human need for religion in providing belief in a supernatural being and giving individuals a sense of meaning about life's questions. So we know that these life questions really haunt individuals, and religion tries to answer this by providing that supernatural being to provide us with comfort in those hours of need. Now, for these individuals, the religious explanations are more satisfactory for the individual than those scientific ones. So we know by now that natural and other sciences have started to address and explain what is going on in terms of our world. However, they do not wholly satisfy the individual's ideas or quest for knowledge. So this can explain why there remains a strong religious connectedness to in some countries. So the individuals are still having that big religious undercurrent going through in the community. Now, an example of this that you can see is within the US. In the United States, communities still have a huge undercurrent of religious context, which is still framing the idea of and explaining what the individual is experiencing in their lives and why they're experiencing it in their lives, which is then providing them with further comfort. Now, the fact that this religious undercurrent has continued in communities is actually quite worrying because other sociological perspectives, such as Durkheim for the functionist, believe that in the modern world, religion would start to decline due to the scientific thought and nature taking over our belief systems. Whilst this isn't the case necessarily, in our modern world, the religion is still a main undercurrent. It's still ratified into law to an extent, even within the United Kingdom. So it is a widely debated and contested that this is still happening in terms of other sociological perspectives. But Fink and Stark clearly state that this still happens in modern society in the terms of a religious understanding or current will be still flowing through that mainstream society. Now, one other assumption of the rational choice theory is regarding cost and rewards. And this is how the religious organisations can be viewed by the individual in terms of the costs on themselves and the rewards of being part of that religious organisation. Now, costs is not only monetary, it can be other things as well, such as time requirements, so coming in, cleaning the church, doing the flower arrangements, etc. Effort, again, maybe organising charity events for that specific religious organisation, and the commitment to the religious actual rituals. So, do they have an extra requirement for the individual to really be involved in terms of that religious organisation? The rewards here are the benefits in terms of belief and answers to the big questions of life and the benefits from the membership of the community. So, do they answer those big questions of life about birth, death, and marriage? Do they also provide you with a community that you actually want to belong to? Now, individuals will use this to weigh up whether or not there are more cons or whether or not there are more pros in being part of that religious community. Obviously, this then informs the individual as to whether or not they would want to belong to that particular religious community or organisation. Now, we're going to develop this a little bit further. By identifying that the rational choice theory proposes that due to the costs and reward, religious organisations will compete with one another to attract membership. So there'll be that need to try raise membership by offering more rewards. So providing a better explanation for what happens after death, by providing a better community to belong to. Now, this is something which really will help the individual go, hang on here, I want to join that particular religious organisation. However, you've got to take into account the monetary requirements and effort. If they have got low monetary requirements and low effort, the individual might be more inclined, especially if that religious organisation is giving them greater explanations as to what's going on in their lives. So what does this encourage? It encourages a consumer-orientated approach to religion. Therefore, the individual will be balancing the costs and rewards of the religious memberships in a rational manner. So doing the checks and balances to see whether or not is it beneficial for me to belong to that religious organisation? Is it going to cost me more than what I'm going to benefit? If the costs seemingly outweigh the benefits, the individual rationally will not want to belong to that religious organisation. They will instead maybe pursue a different organisation, and this in itself will be problematic. Now we take it further by looking at the criticisms here. Now, critics argue that rational choice theory doesn't completely fit with our understanding of human spirituality. That it isn't this rational idea that individuals are sitting there thinking, hang on, I need to do the cost and reward analysis to really determine whether or not it's worthwhile me belonging to this religious sect. Now, the cost and reward balancing of religious choice cannot be measured in a meaningful way. Therefore, we cannot truly get any empirical evidence, which means actually, okay, we haven't got this lovely objective data, which then actually provides us with meaningful information. In addition to this, the rational choice theory doesn't acknowledge the aspects of religion that individuals consider essential, such as faith. So, a belief in something greater than yourself and willing to take that extra leap to ensure that you try to find those grand old answers to the questions of life. Now, the criticisms don't stop there for rational choice theory, unfortunately. Now, the last real criticism for rational choice theory really tries to tackle it on a deeper level. They argue, furthermore, the use of the economic terminology and structure are not applicable for the use of understanding religious choices. So therefore, critics argue that this whole theory is based on faulty logic. Because there is no empirical evidence to support rational choice theory, meaning that the use of rational choice theory in explaining religious choice is widely debated within the sociological community, whether or not we should actually consider this theory as a viable option that individuals are completing when they are choosing to become a member of specific religious organisations. Now, rational choice theory, as I said, is just providing you with an alternative explanation. We know that it's going down slightly the postmodernist point of view here, that we've got this consumer orientated pick and mix type culture emerging, which is furthermore maybe a symptom of a modern society. Now, as I said, this is extension material, so if you'd like to really investigate it further, obviously you feel free to.